المساكين من أوسط ما تطعمون أهليكم أو كسوتهم أو تحرير رقبة فمن لم يجد فصيام 3 أيام ذلك كفارة أيمانكم إذا حلفتم واحفظوا أيمانكم كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تشكرون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إنما الخمر والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام إنما الخمر والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه لعلكم تفلحون. إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة فهل أنتم منتهون؟ صدق الله العظيم.
Allahu Akbar. Without much ado, we will humbly call on all distinguished ladies and gentlemen here present to please rise for the national anthem. Please let us now all see. His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. They are ably represented by His Excellency Senator Barrow Jibril, CFR, Deputy President of the Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, CFR, PhD, ably represented by Honorable Adudogwa, who came all the way this morning to represent his principal. His Excellency Sheikh Dr. Muhammad bin Abdul Karim Al-Kisa, Secretary General, Muslim World League, and Chairman of the Organization of Muslim Scholars. His Eminence Al-Haji Muhammad Saad Abu Bakr, CFR, MNI, Sultan of Sokoto, President General, Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. Executive governors here present or their representatives, members of the National Assembly, senators and honorable members of the House of Representatives, Honorable Mohammed Idris Malaki, FNIPR, Kakakinupe, Minister of Information and National Orientation, other honorable ministers here present or their representatives, Excellency Kaitsaye Wanda, National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, His Excellency Sheikh Abdullahi Balalo, National Chairman, Jama'atu Izalatul Bid'ah wa Iqamatus Sunnah, His Highness Alhaji Ambassador Ahmad Nuhu Bamali, CON, Emir of Zazzau and Chairman, Kaduna State Council of Traditional Rulers, His Highness Alhaji Dr. Yahya Abubakar, CFR, Chairman, Niger State Council of Traditional Rulers, other traditional rulers here present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we greet you with the all-important greeting in Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. This international conference, organized by Jama'atu Ibadatul Bid'ah wa Iqamatul Sunnah, JIBUIS, in collaboration with the World Muslim League, is a very important one, and of course we need to stress it for too long. Without much ado, we wish to warmly and most respectfully warmly and most respectfully call on His Excellency or His Eminence, Sheikh Dr. Abdullahi Balalo, National Chairman, Jama'atu Izalatul Bid'ah wa Iqamatul Sunnah, Nigeria, for his remarks and opening statement. Please put your hands together for the National Chairman of Jama'atu Izalatul Bid'ah wa Iqamatul Sunnah, Sheikh Dr. Abdullahi Balalo. I beg your pardon, my colleague, Sheikh Abubakar Abdul Salam Wale, will do a translation in Arabic. I inadvertently missed that. After that translation, then Sheikh Abdullahi Balalo will be called upon to make his opening statements. Now let us listen to Sheikh Wale for the translation in Arabic.
فخامة السيد بولا أحمد تنيبو GCFR رئيس جمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية والقائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة، ممثلا بمعالي distinguished Senator Barrow إبراهيم جبريل نائب رئيس مجلس الشيوخ في جمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية، معالي بروفيسور ننتاوي يلودة الرئيس الوطني لحزب المؤتمر التقدمي لجمهورية نيجيريا، صاحب الفضيلة الحاج محمد سعد أبو بكر CFR MNI سلطان سوكوتو، ورئيس العام للمجلس الأعلى للشؤون الإسلامية بجمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية، معالي الشيخ الدكتور محمد بن عبد الكريم العيسى الأمين العام لرابطة العالم الإسلامي رئيس هيئة علماء المسلمين، الضيف المفضل فضيلة الشيخ الدكتور عبد الله بلالو الرئيس الوطني لجماعة إزالة البدع وإقامة السنة بنيجيريا، أصحاب الفخامة والسعادة حكام الولايات في جمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية وممثلوهم حاضرون، أصحاب السعادة أعضاء مجلس الشيوخ وأعضاء مجلس النواب الموقرون في الجمعية الوطنية والحاضرون، أصحاب المعالي الوزراء في الحكومة الاتحادية لجمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية الحاضرون، أصحاب السمو الملكي وأصحاب السمو والزعماء التقليديون والموقرون والآباء الملكيون الحاضرون، السادة المديرين العام ورؤساء التنفيذيون ورؤساء الهيئات والمؤسسات الحكومية وأصحاب الفضيلة العلماء والمشايخ والقادة الدينيون الموقرون من نيجيريا ومن مختلف أنحاء العالم، أيها الحفل الكريم، نرحب بكم ونحييكم بالتحية الإسلامية. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ونتشرف بسماع كلمة رئيس جماعة إزالة البدع وإقامة السنة فضيلة الشيخ الدكتور عبد الله بلالو، فليتفضل مشكورا.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. فكما رئيس جمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية السيد الحاج السواجو بولا أحمد تينيبو GCFR، ويمثله سادة نائب رئيس مجلس الشيوخ السيد جبرين براو، معالي الأمين العام لرابطة العالم الإسلامي الدكتور محمد بن عبد الكريم العيسى سفير السلام في العالم، أصحاب السعادة من حكام الولايات الذين شرفوا بحضور هذه الجلسة المباركة، أصحاب المعالي الوزراء لجمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية، معالي أعضاء مجلس الشيوخ والنواب، سعادة رئيس الحزب الحاكم الأستاذ دكتور ننتاوي، جلالة السلطان سوكوتو السيد محمد سعد أبو بكر الثالث CFR، أصحاب السمو الأمراء، أصحاب السعادة العلماء والمشايخ، أيها الحفل الكريم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. فيسعدني وإخواني في رئاسة جماعة إزالة البدع وإقامة السنة أن نشاهد هذا اليوم المبارك، يوم الثلاثاء الكريم 28 من شهر صفر لعام 1448 من الهجرة النبوية الشريفة، والموافق لل11 من شهر أغسطس آب لعام 2026 للميلاد. فيسعدنا جميعا أن نشاهد عقد هذا المؤتمر الدولي التاريخي، ذلك المؤتمر الذي يحمل عنوان التنوع والسلم المجتمعي، الشراكة من أجل مستقبل واعد، والذي قام بتنظيمه المنظمة العريقة رابطة العالم الإسلامي بالتعاون مع منظمتنا جماعة إزالة البدع وإقامة السنة. أصحاب الفخامة والجلالة والمعالي والسعادة، أيها الحضور الكريم، إن هذا المؤتمر السامي يسعى جاهدا إلى استثمار المشتركات الجامعة والعلاقات التاريخية الإيجابية بين الديانات وثقافات في غرب إفريقيا ووسطها لتعميق ثقافة التسامح والقبول بالتنوع وصولا إلى آفاق أرهب، وذلك برعاية كريمة من فخامة رئيس الدولة السيد حاج أسيواد بولا أحمد تينيبو GCFR حفظه الله ورعاه، وبمشاركة جمهرة من القادة الدينيين والجهاد ذات الاختصاص والاهتمام بالحوار الديني الحضاري. فخامة الرئيس معالي الأمين العام، أصحاب المعالي والجلالة والسمو والسعادة والفضيلة، أيها الحفظ الكريم، إننا في جماعة إزالة البدع وإقامة السنة، وانطلاقا من قوله تعالى في سورة الحجرات: يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. وقوله في النحل: ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين. وقوله في آل عمران: قل يا أهل الكتاب تعالوا إلى كلمة سواء بيننا وبينكم ألا نعبد إلا الله ولا نشرك به شيئا ولا يتخذ بعضنا بعضا أربابا من دون الله فإن تولوا فقولوا اشهدوا بأننا مسلمون. وقوله في الممتحنة: لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلوكم في الدين ولم يخرجوكم من دياركم أن تبروهم وتقسطوا إليهم إن الله يحب المقسطين. فالآية الأولى تدعو البشرية جمعاء إلى التعارف الحضاري والثقافي، وتجعل التقوى هي معيار التفاضل لا الإرقاء أو الإثنية. والثانية تؤسس لآداب الحوار العقلاني الرصين المليء باللين والرفق وتجنب العنف اللفظي. والثالث تعبر أصلا ومنطلقا للحوار مع أصحاب الديانات الأخرى من خلال التركيز على النقاط المشتركة كالتوحيد ونبذ الطغيان. والرابعة تبين جواز الحوار والتعامل الإنساني القائم على البر والعدل مع المخالفين في الدين طالما كانوا مسالمين مع الآخرين، وانطلاقا أيضا من السنة النبوية الشريفة، منها صحيفة المدينة المشهورة والتي وضعها النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مع يهود المدينة وقبائلها، والتي نصت على أن لليهود دينهم وللمسلمين دينهم، وأسست قائما على المواطنة وحرية الاعتقاد والدفاع المشتركة. فانطلاقا من هذه النصوص الربانية النبوية، فإن منظمة جماعة إزالة البدع وإقامة السنة بجميع كوادرها لتؤكد أنها مع المسائل نيرة الحميدة للمنظمة الإسلامية العالمية العريقة رابطة العالم الإسلامي ومجهوداتها الطيبة قلبا وقالبا، فهي أي جماعة إزالة البدع وإقامة السنة بجميع أنشطتها لا تعلو جهدا في العمل الدؤوب لتعزيز ثقافة السلم المجتمعي وترسيق قيم التعايش والتسامح مؤسسات الرسول المدني والقيادات الدينية والاجتماعية لتحقيق السلام والاستقرار المجتمعي في جمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية وفي الدول المجاورة ودول غرب إفريقيا على الوجه العموم. وإذ تؤكد جماعة إزالة البدع وإقامة السنة هذا التوجه السليم لتشيد بحكومة نيجيريا الرشيدة وبما يبذله فخامة رئيس السيد حاج أسواج بولا أحمد تينبو من جهود جبارة في محاربة الإرهاب والإجرام وفي ترسيق الاستقرار في البلاد والتعاون البناء مع دول العموم، وتشيد ذلك برئاسة العالم الإسلامي وعلى رأسها أمينها العام معالي الشيخ دكتور محمد بن عبد الكريم العيسى، وبالمملكة العربية السعودية ملكا وشعبا لما تقوم به من المجهودات في خدمة المسلمين وشعوب العالم لكي يؤم السلام والأمن والاستقرار والازدهار في جميع ربوع العالم. أسأل الله تعالى أن يجزي الجميع خير ما يجزي به عباده المحسنين، إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. My dear brothers, the security of lives and property of citizens is the fundamental responsibility of government. Admittedly, the present administration had been trying in curbing the security challenges in the country because the pride of every government is the security and safety of life and property of its citizens. However, the security challenges in Nigeria had been hydra-headed. Hence, the government should maintain fighting security challenges on its front burner. The Muslim Ummah and the Muslim World League and Jama'at Izalatul Bid'ah wa Iqamatus Sunnah in Nigeria will provide a platform to correct or to work together in concern with Nigerian government toward provision of qualitative education to our teeming youths with emphasis on skill acquisition that will form a basis for economic empowerment of both the youth. This will constitute one of the means of engaging our youth, which will remove them from the vulnerability or radicalization and recruitment into syndicated crimes. GBU's Nigeria, inshallah, and the World Muslim League will also provide forum for regular dialogue between adherents of the two major religions in Nigeria to foster peaceful coexistence that will further create conducive atmosphere for sustainable socio-economic development. On this juncture, I wish to appreciate each and every one of us that is here, and a lot of us are here for the purpose of peace and tranquility. Without peace, harmony, and tranquility, you cannot be able to practice your own religion. So it is our duty to pray fervent prayers to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant peace and harmony in Nigeria. Once Nigeria lives in peace and harmony, our dear borders, our dear brothers that we share common borders, they will live in peace and harmony. Nigeria is the biggest country in Africa with population of over 200 million. So it is our duty on each and every one of us to pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide our leaders, to put them on the right track, so that our country will live well and we should continue to enjoy the dividend of democracy. I wish to state that the Secretary General of the World Muslim League is here with us for 2 days, and he is the ambassador of peace in the world. Wherever you see him, he is there to ensure that peace and harmony continue to reign. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him sound health. May he continue to bless him and to bless our dear country. And in this occasion, we invite each and every Muslim brothers, talkers of wherever you belong to, we discuss with His Eminence the Sultan, so that we can send invitation to each and everyone. And we are happy to tell you that each and every organizations are here to attend this occasion, to share this moment together with them. May Allah bless each and everyone that is here. And a lot of people supported this program. I will not stop until I pray to Almighty Allah to reward them abundantly. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide us to the right path. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Before we call on the next speaker, let us very warmly honor and recognize the presence of the executive governors of Jigawa State and Kaduna State. They are His Excellency Malam Umar Namadi, FCA, Executive Governor, Jigawa State. Please welcome him with a big Allahu Akbar. Also here himself is His Excellency Senator Uba Sani CON, Executive Governor, Kaduna State. Please welcome him very well. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Yobe State, Mayemala Buni, is also here, but he is ably represented by His Excellency Honorable Idi Barde Gubana, Wazir Fune, Deputy Governor, Yobe State. Please welcome him. Also here is the representative of the Executive Governor of Zamfara State, Honorable Dauda Lawal. He is represented by the Secretary to the Government of Zamfara State, Malam Abubakar M. Makwada. Please welcome him. Also here is the Deputy Governor of Katsina State, Malam Farouk Lawan Jobe. He is here, and please welcome him. We also have very distinguished traditional rulers that are here, and we will very, very quickly recognize them, and before we call on the next speaker. We have the representative of Shehu of Borno, Sheikh Imam Babagana Umara Shetima Malumbe of Borno. He's here representing His Royal Highness, the Shehu of Borno. Please welcome him very well with a big Allahu Akbar. We also have Professor Ishaq Oloyede, Secretary General, Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. Please welcome him. We have the representative of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation in person of Alhaji Bashir Musa. Also here is the former Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Honorable Mukhtar Malayero Dallatun Zazzau. The distinguished traditional rulers that are here in no any order are Alhaji Idris Chiroma, Chief of Gasol from Taraba State, Alhaji Abubakar Salihu Mbawuru, Emir of Ibi, also from Taraba State. We also have Professor Khalid Abubakar Aliyu, Secretary General, Jamaatul Nasrul Islam Headquarters, and Chief Imam of National Mosque. We also have Ismail Yusuf representing the Chairman of National Hajj Commission, and we also have the representative of the Governor of Kogi State in person of Ahmad Osman Ododo, he is also here. We also have the Statistician General of the Federation and CEO National Bureau of Statistics, Prince Adeyemi Adeniran. Please welcome him with a big Allahu Akbar. Or rather, a loud Allahu Akbar. Thank you. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Olatunji Rilwan Disu, MPM PSC, is also ably represented at this occasion. He is represented by ACP Imam Al-Hassan Yakub, PhD, Chief Imam, Nigeria Police Force. Please welcome him with a loud Allahu Akbar. Those are the recognitions for now. We're very warmly now. I'm just being told that His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Zulum, is also here. Please welcome him loudly with a loud Allahu Akbar. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also here is His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Ahmad Ali. Please welcome him with a loud Allahu Akbar. We will do other recognitions much later, but my colleague is here to translate just a few of the recognitions in Arabic, and thereafter we will call on His Excellency Professor Nantawe Goshwe Yelwada, National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, for his speech. But first, my colleague will speak or translate some of what I said and the recognitions in Arabic. Before Babangwale takes over, let us also very warmly recognize former Executive Governor of Zamfara State, Abdul Aziz Yari, who is here. Please welcome him with a very loud Allah.
تلك كلمة القيادة استمعنا إليها من فضيلة الشيخ الدكتور عبد الله بلالو، الرئيس الوطني لجماعة إزالة البدعة وإقامة السنة. لا تزال الأسماء والصفات ترد إلينا، فالأسماء كثيرة والصفات أيضا كثيرة ومهمة، ومن حق الضيوف أن يعترف بحضورهم ويرحبون. فعلى سبيل الذكر للحصر، عندنا صاحب الفضيلة استنبل سنة علي مغا تكردا وماكو، الحاكم الأسبق لولاية سوكوتو وعضو رابطة العالم الإسلامي، يمثل نيجيريا في رابطة العالم الإسلامي. صاحب الفضيلة استنبل سنة عبد العزيز ياري، الحاكم الأسبق لولاية زنفرة ودوره فعال. وصاحب الفضيلة عمر نمدي، الحاكم لولاية جيغاوة. وصاحب الفضيلة استنبل سنة وبا ساني CON، الحاكم لولاية كادونا. صاحب الفضيلة ميما لابوني، الحاكم لولاية يوبي، الذي مثله وزير بني وبصفته نائب الحاكم. ومعنا صاحب الفضيلة عمر بابغنا زلو، حاكم ولاية بورنو. ومعنا صاحب الفضيلة دودة لوندري، حاكم ولاية زنفرة الحالي، والذي يمثله السكرتير العام لولاية زنفرة. وعندنا من آبائنا أصحاب السمو الملكيون، ممثل الشيخ برنو، إمام باباغانا شتيمة منمبي، وبروفيسور إسحاق أولايدي، والحاج بشير موسى، والحاج إدريس تروما، وفضيلة الأستاذ الدكتور خالد أبو بكر علي، الأمين العام لجماعة نصر الإسلام النيجيرية. أصحاب الفضيلة، نحييكم بأسمائكم وبصفاتكم ونرحب بكم. والآن إلى كلمة صاحب الفضيلة معالي البروفيسور ننتاوي يلوطا غوشوي، الرئيس الوطني للحزب الحاكم حزب المؤتمر التقدمي APC نيجيريا، فليتفضل مشكورا.
His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, here represented by my friend and brother, the Deputy Senate President, Senator Jibrin Barau, His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, our father, Dr. Muhammadu Sa'ad Abubakar III. For all of time, let me acknowledge all protocols so that I will not mix up the laid down protocols. Today I feel deeply honored and privileged to be invited to this conference that speaks directly to the issues that concerns the country, our peace, our unity, and the future of our nation. The theme is timely and is profound. For every Nigerian, diversity is not an abstract concept. It's what we experience every day, positively or negatively. We're a nation of different faiths. I'm a Christian. Another of you here are Muslims. Our brothers and relations who are Muslims, and so also most of you here, you have your relations, your in-laws, your sisters, your brothers who are Christians, but we are a Muslim, and we have to live together. We have different languages. In my state, we have about 54 tribes. I was celebrating my diversity until last day I was in Taraba. And they told me that they have much more than my state in terms of languages. Different cultures, different traditions. But we are bound together by shared history and common destiny. My tribe, the Ngas people, are believed to come from Borno State. When we left the Kanem-Borno Empire, we left with the Quran. And every year at our annual celebration of my tribal Dingas people, we bring out that Quran before they start the celebration. This is a culture of hundreds of years, but still celebrated by our people. It shows how common and how integrated we are as a nation. The question, therefore, is, before us is not simply whether Muslims and Christians can live together. The greater question is, what kind of nation are we building by the way we live our lives? For me, I came here into this conversation not as a new person to diversity. I've experienced the painful part of diversity, and I've experienced the beautiful part of also the same diversity. I grew up in Yobe State, and my father is a pastor, and his best friend was the chief imam of Nguru. They call my father Limani Krista. Anytime we come around, they will say, Yaran Limani Krista, so and so. They were men of different faiths, but their humanity brought them together despite their differences. They visited one another. We saw the love, the beauty of a parents, of leaders of different religion coming together to meet and bring us together. During Salah, the Imam will invite my father. He will come with all his children to his house. We jointly celebrate together. During Christmas, my father will invite the chief Imam to our house. He will come with all his children. We will celebrate together. To me, that was the beauty of how humanity should prevail over our differences and diversity. The experience taught me something that remained even throughout my life till death do me part. Religious differences does not have to produce human distances and separation because of our beliefs. That's the kind of religion and parents that brought me up. And that's the culture I will live and die with, that I will not treat somebody different because of his religion. My understanding of this lesson became much deeper when my father was transferred to Bauchi in 1991. Bauchi experienced devastating crisis. As a young person, I was my father in the university that time around. I experienced the crisis not from the pages of newspaper, but from within it. My family virtually lost everything we had. Our house was burned down. Our neighborhood was burned down. Both Christians and Muslims lost their houses. Where Christians were dominant, Muslims lose. They lost everything. Where Muslims were dominant, where Christians were dominant, the Muslims lost everything. Out of fear, even people who were safe in their houses left their houses to the barracks. I became a displaced person. I lived in the IDP camp for some months. Our fear became common. Our suffering became common. We all lacked food, whether we were Muslims or Christians. We didn't have a place of worship, whether we were Christians or Muslims. We look so foolish as we look at ourselves. We, the young one, were playing football together. Our parents were busy beefing themselves. We, the young ones, were happy to play football together. We quickly forgot what happened. But our parents, our elders, were carrying the grief within themselves. I learned a lesson from there. I witnessed something that remained permanently etched in my memory. Both Christians and Muslims were in the IDP. We had different places of worship and different religious identity, but in that moment of suffering, none of these differences could protect anyone from the consequence of our actions. We're all displaced. We're all afraid of our homes. We're all hungry, and that makes all of us human beings, and that's the humanity in us. The experience taught me a lesson that I've never forgotten. When violence comes, it does not ask whether you're a Christian or a Muslim before it destroys either your home or your humanity or your dignity. The foolishness that creates division does not ultimately spare the people whose name it is committed in. Sometimes they commit it in the name of religion, but at the end of the day, it doesn't spare anybody. Sometimes it's committed in the name of tribal diversity. At the end of the day, it spares nobody. All of us are victims. Standing in the barracks as a displaced Nigerian, I came to understand something very simple. We may worship differently, but we suffer together. We dream together. We can build together. And ultimately, we can rise and fall together. And I ask you today, when did being a Christian or Muslim become more important than the humanity in us or the Nigerian in us? And perhaps the most important question also, can we truly claim to be people of faith if our faith does not compel us to protect the life and dignity and freedom of those who worship differently from us? If your religion does not protect the dignity of other human life, then you are not practicing a religion. Nigeria faces a serious challenge from terrorism, banditry, farmer-herder conflicts, communal violence, ethnic suspicion, religious intolerance, hate speeches, and the manipulation of identity for political purpose. That goes to most of us who are politicians. We weaponize religion. We weaponize division for political advantage, temporary advantage, but it leaves permanent identity and dent on our lives. I know through justice, education, responsible leadership, dialogue, and moral courage, we can make a change. And if I believe that every human being is created by God, I cannot make another person my enemy simply because he prays differently. Our faith should make us better Nigerians, not make us distance ourselves from Nigerians. Distinguished religious leaders, you possess the immense moral influence in our communities. I know what my father and the influence they had during the Metesine crisis in the early 80s. My father and the chief imam had an impact in securing the communities. You as religious leaders, let our mosques and our churches become centers of peace, of reconciliation, and responsible citizenship. Let us preach faith without hatred, conviction without contempt, and truth without incitement. We can preach truth without inciting people. To me, that's the hallmark of teaching as a religious leader. To our political leaders, let us resist temptation to exploit religion or ethnicity for sentiments for temporary political advantage. No political victory is worth the permanent damage inflicted on our nation, and we've been seeing it every day. To our traditional rulers, let the moral authority of our thrones make reconciliation stronger than retaliation, and dialogue stronger than suspicion. And to every Nigerian, when you hear a lie about another tribe or religion, ask yourself, will I repeat it? Will I question what has been said? And where possible, are we living in Nigeria where diversity is understood as a name for strength or weakness? We need a moral commitment shared by our religious leaders, political leaders, traditional institutions, and citizens. A covenant that says we will not use religion to justify violence, and we will reject hate speeches where it comes from a pulpit or a mosque or the palace or political platform or the keyboard of our social media. We will protect every place of worship. We will defend every vulnerable community in Nigeria, and we will teach our children that the Nigeria we praise differently is not our enemy. Let our mosques, our churches, become centers of peace and reconciliation. Let us build a Nigeria where a Christian can protect a Muslim, and a Muslim can defend a Christian, and every Nigerian can stand for the dignity of another Nigerian. not because we share the same faith or ethnicity, but because we share the same humanity. If we can achieve that, diversity will of course cease to be a source of fear and become the greatest strength of this nation. In conclusion, I've lived through the consequence of division, and I know how painful it is. If you don't live in an IDP camp, I don't want you to even think of it. Don't dream of it for any other person. I was there for 3 months. I know how it feels. You wake up, you don't know even your source of food. Sometimes for 3 days, you don't have water to take bath. You live in fear every day. And I've seen what it takes away from you, your dignity. I therefore urge us to choose a Nigeria where our children inherit schools, they inherit homes, they inherit opportunities, and not inheriting displaced camps and memories of violence in their lives. That is not the Nigeria we must build. That is the Nigeria we must leave behind. And that is Nigeria we must choose together. Let's choose peace over violence. May the Almighty God bless the Muslim World League. May God bless our religious and traditional rulers. May God bless every Nigerian who works for peace. And all of you are seated here should work for peace. And may the Almighty God continue to bless and unite and protect the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you and God bless you.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. The Honorable Chairman of All Progressives Congress is here not as the party chairman, but a distinguished elder statesman and a representative of the Christian community. We have several other representatives of the Christian community. Before I call on Dr. Abubakar Abdul Salam Wale to make a quick translation in Arabic, let me very warmly welcome and acknowledge the presence of Reverend Yusuf Ibrahim Wishishi, World Council of Churches. Allahu Akbar. We also have Professor Father Cornelius Omonukwa. He's the Executive Secretary of the National Interreligious Council, which is co-chaired by the Sultan of Sokoto and the President of the Christian Association of Nigeria. We also very warmly acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Camp President, Reverend Dr. Stephen Panya Baba. Allahu Akbar. Now Dr. Wale will make translation of the National Chairman APC's statements and testimonies on interreligious coexistence in Nigeria.
لأهل العلا شعر الهنا ذي المنى يتلى وتسأل آيات البيان لهم صقلا لقد تكلم فضيلته فأصاب وأجاد وأفاد فنسأل الله تبارك وتعالى أن يتقبل منا صالح الأعمال فكلماته تكتب بماء العينين ويعجز اللسان وبخاصة في هذه العجالة أن توضع هذه الكلمات النفيسة في ترجمة سريعة، لكن على سبيل المحاولة تحدث فضيلته فيما حصرته في نقاط مفادها. ذكر أنه لا بد لنا كأمة واحدة أن نتذكر ما كان من قبل ونستفيد من التجارب والدروس التي كانت قبل أن يكون الحرب، قبل أن تكون المشاكل. لم تكن هناك فروق ولم يكن هناك تمييز على أساس ديني. نحن نيجيريون أمة واحدة فلنحترم الإنسانية ولنتغنى بالقيم والمبادئ المثلى. يمكن للإنسان أن يؤمن بما أراد، لكن يجب عليه أن يحترم الآخرين. فلنؤمن بتعددية الرأي. الإيمان لا ينفع صاحبه إذا لم يدفع إلى حفظ النفس والمال وسائر الضروريات لنعيش سالمين، لا للإرهاب ولا للتمييز، لا على أساس قبلي ولا على أساس عنصري ولا على أساس ديني. لنتجنب استغلال الديانة والتستر بالدين لإلحاق الضرر بالآخرين، فالدين لا يأمر بذلك. نحن كلنا أمة واحدة. يقول يذكر دور والده وإمام مجتمعه أيام محنة ميتزيني وكيف كان دورهم. إنما كان الدور في التهدئة والنجدة والألفة، لا للتعصب ولا للتحزب ولا للقبلية. ثم دعا فضيلته أصحاب السمو الملكيين بنشر السلام والقيام بالمسؤولية حق القيام، ووجه خطابه إلى الشباب وحذرهم في نشر الكراهية والعنف والتعصب عبر منصات وسائل الاجتماع سوشيال ميديا، ودعا إلى احترام الإنسانية ثانية واحترام الديانات. وأخيرا وجه نصيحته إلى الكل وذكر أنه ضحية التحزب والقبلية في مجتمعه ويعرف عاقبة ذلك، وعاش ما قبل ذلك وكيف كان الأمر لما حل الخلاف والتحزب والضحية. ثم دعا إلى الألفة والعمل في أهداف سامية. وهذا مختصر ما أستطيع أن أحصره في كلامه، فجزاه الله خيرا وجزا الله السامعين والحاضرين خير الجزاء. وإلى زميلي الدكتور، تفضل مشكورا.
ya haƙuri da shi ko da hausa ko da larabci ba kai ya ba da gaishe gaban manyan local organizing committee ya hana abin ta ko a yi haƙuri in dai ba larura ce ta fi da mutum ba to a kai a ce a yi maza a yi
Well, we've been advised to please implore all our distinguished guests who are roaming the frontage of this very important gathering to please desist or stop. Please allow our distinguished guests to be seated in tranquility so that they will listen to the proceedings. Before we call on our next speaker, let me very warmly acknowledge the presence and welcome Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, CON, former Executive Governor of Kebbi State and now currently the Honorable Minister of Budget and Economic Planning. Please welcome him with a loud Allahu Akbar. Also here is the distinguished Senator Abubakar Kari, who is the Honorable Minister of Agriculture. Please welcome him with a big loud Allahu Akbar. We also have our representatives of the Ummah from the southwest of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We wish to acknowledge their presence and warmly acknowledge the following: Sheikh Tajuddin Abdul Karim Al-Adabi, President Conference of Al-Ahl al-Sunnah organizations in Nigeria; Sheikh Imran Eleha, Darul Naim Islamic Center, Lagos; Professor Kidir Iwo from Osun State; and Sheikh Abdurrahman Ahmad, Chief Missioner, Ansaruddin Society of Nigeria. Please welcome them with a big, loud Allahu Akbar. Also here is the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer A.A. Sule, CON, but he is ably represented by his Secretary to the State Government of Nasarawa State, Dr. Shoaibu Magaji Labaran, the Senior Advocate of Nigeria. He is on the delegation of the Nasarawa State Government. He is also Honorable Aminu Moifata, Honorable Commissioner for Local Government, and Honorable Muhammad Sani Otos, Honorable Commissioner for Trade and Investment. Please let us also acknowledge the presence of Sheikh Karibullah Nasir Kabara, Shugaban Adria, that is head of the delegation of Adria movement in Nigeria. He is represented by Imam Dr. Muhammad Mujtaba Abdul Qadir, Provost, College of Education, Legal and General Studies, Misau. We also have Professor Muhammad Kabir, Chief of Staff to the Special Advisor to the President on Political and Other Matters. Please also let's acknowledge the presence of the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, who is ably represented by the Assistant Comptroller General, ACG Baba Aji Idris. Among traditional rulers here present is His Highness Luka Kogi Yabwat Agwam of Kaju from Kaduna State. He is ably represented by Sadona of Kaju, James Sule, and Jerma of Kaju, Francis Frank. Honorable His Royal Highness Lamido of Gashaka, Dr. Zubairu Hamam Bagbo, is also here. Right Honorable Babangida S.M. Ngoroji, Emir, former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, is also here. Alhaji Mahmoud Momo, representing the Honorable Minister of Regional Development, Engineer Abubakar Momo, is also here. Please let us also welcome Honorable Minister for Health, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, Honorable Minister of Budget, I have mentioned him, and the representative of the Executive Governor of Katsina State, Honorable Umar Farouk Lawal Jobi. Our next speaker, like we earlier announced, is the Executive Secretary of NAREC, Dr. Father Cornelius Omonokwa. Is the Executive Secretary of NAREC, which is co-chaired by the Sultan of Sokoto and President of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. Honorable Dr. Father Cornelius Omonokwa, please come to the podium. Please let us welcome him with a loud Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum. Even while respecting the existing protocol, I must acknowledge my co-chairman, my immediate boss, His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto. Assalamu alaikum, Your Highness, Your Eminence. We are here today to show what life really is all about. With this invitation from International Conference on National Security for Sustainable Socio-Economic Development holding here in Abuja at the Nigeria International Conference Center. When we look at life and all that we have been saying this morning, we'll agree that no one is created a Christian and no one is created a Muslim. We are created as human beings. Hence, what binds us together is humanity.